So, as part of my first New Day's meal for the year, I want to share with you what I got from the store. This is toasted crackers with savory onion. They seem pretty good, so I decided to get them. The next thing I got is something exotic, which I never tried before, goat cheese. And this is a garlic and herb. They had a sweet one and a plain one, but I decided to get one with some spice to it. Obviously, I got some guacamole. I always love guacamole, and Sabra generally is the favorite brand of mine when it comes to guac. And something else I haven't tried before, eggplant dip. People call this bebe ganoche, I think. So this is something I'll be trying out with the crackers. And the last thing I got was my Ben & Jerry's tiramisu ice cream. I actually was looking up what tiramisu was, but apparently it's some type of cheese, and I haven't tried it before. But that's it. In total, it costed about $20 for these small snacks. Now, granted, my weekly groceries on average cost about $50 to $70, depending on how much stuff I get. But it's just kind of a surprise, just these few couple snacks, which most of them are more of a luxury type than like your basic processed foods. They're going to be a little bit more expensive. So it ended up costing me $20 at Stop and Shop, which is where I got them. I haven't tried these snacks before, so I will let you know later on how it tasted, or if there's some improvements or recommendations I suggest. So it's me going into a lot of uncharted territory. As you can see, here's the food from earlier. I'm going to see if I can have it with my traditional lunch. This is the lunch I typically have when I'm at my training. It's usually a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some bananas, apples, applesauce, yogurt, a protein bar, and some milk. Well, I tried the foods, and before I change subjects, the guacamole was nice. It's kind of salty. The eggplant dip was sweet, but in a good way, as well as the crackers. The cheese tasted very sweet as well, with small hints of spice and saltiness, which was really nice. The texture of the cheese, though, was much more clay-like. I thought it was going to be a little bit more firm, but apparently it was more like eating very soft clay. And the ice cream, as always, was really good. Obviously, today's the first day of a new year, and generally this is my very first ever New Year's Day vlog, but I always am just kind of reflecting and looking back at the legacy that one is trying to create and looking back from the past and how to make your future a bit better. For me, last year was really great in the sense that it was the first time I graduated from an accelerated nursing school. It was the first time I ever moved out of my parents' place, and the first time I was kind of on my own going into the Boston area. And my training, I started very late last year. There were a few bad experiences, but overall, I think it was good for the most part. And I also made a friend at the hospital, and I got to meet her partner and a few other friends, and kind of keeping those relationships going. It was really good. And things could have turned out worse. Things could have turned out a different direction had I made another decision in terms of where I was going to go and practice. This particular year, though, I do want to maintain better connection with the friends I have made at the hospital and go to more of the events they're having. My hopes is that I can also maybe at some point have some of my friends from North Carolina come visit me, and also just to kind of explore and focus on brand new things. This may not have been obvious, but I'm obviously applying to medical schools, and this will be the year that I start my application to many of the programs. I'm applying to about 30 or so programs in the UK, Ireland, mainland Europe, and Australia. And I always want to go abroad and study medicine. So that's going to be a huge part in this year, as well as taking the admissions test for the medical programs. So the three biggest goals I would say is to continue to grow professionally in my career, to continue to look at my future education and my future goals, which would be the medical schools, and then to have a better social life. I would say out of everything else lately, my social life hasn't been the best, but I really want to try to make a habit and really have those connections that I've had with a few of those people I met at the hospital and continue to host events, get to know each other more,
and just have a good time and enjoy life together because life is short. People don't tell you that, but tomorrow it can go away. But the most important thing is you wake up every day knowing it's going to be a good day. Even try to find some good things on the worst day of your life, which me myself am very guilty of since I tend to think very pessimistically about stuff sometimes. But maybe having a change of heart and a change of view would be a good start. I don't know what this year's going to entail, but those are just some ideas that hopefully this year we can start to see more of a progression into. Many thanks. I will certainly keep you updated as things go on, hopefully. And as always, cheers.